You wake up from a dream so vivid, you're convinced you'll remember it forever. You reach for your phone to check the time. By the time you put it back down, half the dream is already gone. 5 minutes later, you can't even remember what it was about. This happens to almost everyone, every single night. Most people just accept it as normal. But scientists have found something remarkable about why dreams disappear this fast. The explanation involves a part of your brain. It does something completely different while you sleep compared to while you're awake. Let's start with what's actually happening during a dream. Most vivid dreaming happens during a stage of sleep called REM sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement. During REM sleep, your brain is almost as active as it is while you're awake. Your visual cortex lights up. Your emotional centers light up. Your motor cortex even sends signals as if you're moving. This is why your muscles are essentially paralyzed during this stage. So you don't physically act out what's happening in your mind. The dream itself is being generated by a brain that is very much switched on. The problem isn't the dream. The problem is what's switched off at the same time. Researchers found that one specific brain region becomes significantly less active during REM sleep. It's called the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. This region is heavily involved in forming new long-term memories. It's one of the main areas responsible for converting an experience into something you can recall later. While you're awake, this region is constantly working in the background. It tags your experiences for storage. During REM sleep, it goes quiet. Your brain is fully capable of generating an incredibly detailed, emotional, vivid experience. But it's almost incapable of properly filing that experience away for long-term storage. It's like having a brilliant movie playing on a screen with no recording device switched on. The movie is real, it's happening, but nothing is being saved. This explains why dreams feel so real in the moment but vanish so fast afterward. They were never being stored the same way your waking memories are. Now here's where it gets even more specific. Researchers found that the moment you wake up creates a narrow window. In that window, some dream content briefly transfers into a different type of memory called working memory. Working memory can hold information for a short period. It either gets converted into a lasting memory or disappears completely. This is why you can remember a dream clearly the instant you wake up. But the information is sitting in a kind of temporary holding space. It's not yet locked into permanent storage, and working memory is incredibly fragile. It gets overwritten extremely easily by new information. The moment you check your phone, your brain immediately starts processing new information. That new information competes directly with the dream still sitting in that temporary holding space. In most cases, the new information wins. The dream gets pushed out before it ever gets converted into something you can recall later. This is why people who lie still for even a few seconds after waking remember significantly more of their dreams. People who immediately reach for their phone or sit up right away remember far less. Researchers tested this directly. Participants who stayed still recalled dream content with noticeably more detail and accuracy. The dream wasn't more vivid for one group than the other. The difference was entirely about whether new information interrupted that narrow transfer window. There's another factor that makes this even more interesting. Researchers found that people naturally wake up multiple times throughout the night. Often this happens very briefly, without ever becoming consciously aware of it. If you wake up directly out of a dream, you have a much higher chance of remembering it. This is especially true toward the end of a REM cycle. But if you transition into a deeper, non-dreaming stage before waking up, the dream is essentially gone. There was never a wake-up moment that created that brief transfer window. This is part of why dreams from earlier in the night are almost never remembered. The dream right before your alarm often feels the most vivid. It's not that your brain dreamed more vividly toward morning. It's that you happened to wake directly out of it. So what can you actually do about this? Researchers have identified a few specific things that measurably improve dream recall. The first is staying still for even 30 seconds after waking before moving or checking your phone. The second is intention setting before sleep. Simply telling yourself before falling asleep that you intend to remember your dreams has been shown to modestly increase recall. This likely primes your brain to treat dream content as worth holding on to, The third and most effective technique is immediate verbal or written recall. Saying the dream out loud the moment you wake up forces your brain to actively engage the memory. This significantly increases the odds it gets converted into something you can recall later. None of this means your memory is broken. Your brain isn't failing to store your dreams. It's running an entirely different system during sleep. This system is built for generating experience rather than recording it. The dream was always real in the moment it happened. It just never had a recording device switched on to save it. Do you usually remember your dreams, or do they disappear the moment you wake up? Drop it in the comments. Subscribe to Whisper Files for more things your brain never told you.